Okay, I think I will continue. You're able to hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, Sawa. I think I will continue. So I was able to share the notes on the introduction part of life skill. I was also able to share a video to explain the same. I think we also had a Zoom last week where we were able to look at the different terms that are used in life skills. We're able to look at self-esteem, self-awareness, self-description, and I also shared a video on the same. So the video that I have not shared so far is on listening skills, which actually I've actually done it. It's only that I've not been able to upload it yet, which I'm going to do that perhaps in the course of today. Okay, yeah, but basically what I have not shared, so I don't know, do you have any queries on the listening skills?
No, because our.
Grace, Grace, I know this is the first time. Okay, Grace is Angeline, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sawa. So Angeline, I know you have no issue. Now, Mary and this person logging in as Neon. You're the same group from community development. Mary, are you from community development?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Sawa. Now I know Mary. Yes. Yeah, Sawa. I know Mary, you just joined us. I think, is it this week?
Probably this is the first time.
Or this is the first time? But have you managed to see the notes on the portal?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Okay, but you know, there's something called seeing. Have you written them? Are you writing them?
Not yet.
You know, at some point, those notes
but
will
be soon.
Yeah, you know, those notes at some point they'll be hidden.
Yes.
Yeah, so you may not be able to access them. So please, right now, I mean, meanwhile, while you have time, please make an effort of writing them. Eh?
Okay.
Yeah, but so far, do you have any issues on what you have tried to read? So if you have not written, have you even listened then? Is there anything that you have you tried to listen to the videos?
Not really.
Okay, so then what will happen now if you don't listen? You don't write the notes, you don't listen. Now you might get a bit overwhelmed with time. So please make an effort of doing that. Eh?
Okay.
Yeah, please do. So I think basically what I'll do, I'll just continue what I have not discussed, and I think also what I have a video on is on how to manage ourselves when we are stressed, or what we call stress management. Now, Paula and Angeline, I think we did this. Did you do this on the other side?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember we did this, but now, you know, now for this other team, you know, they've not done it. So basically, I just have to do it again. So basically, one way or the other, we find ourselves stressed. You know, it's normal for us to be stressed. However, how we manage our stress levels, or how we manage ourselves when we are going through that stressful moment, is what we need to know. And we need to know because one way or the other, it affects our performance in an organization. So when we are not able to manage, or when you're not able to cope with stressful situations, these same scenarios get back and they're able to affect us in our line of duties. So that's why it is important for us to be able to know, yeah, one, to be able to define what is stress, yeah, what is stress. So basically, you know, how would you define stress, Paula?
Hata nilishasahau, but it's anything anything that you're not comfortable with yenye inakusumbua.
Okay.
Anything negative that you're not comfortable with.
Okay. But you know, people can also be stressed even with positive things.
I've never heard of that.
Really? How would you define?
Right.
How would you define stress? Mary Dingori. Dingori. Okay, Angeline, how do you define stress?
Okay, I'll define stress as a feeling of emotional or physical tension.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sawa. Yeah. So basically, you know, stress is just that scenario where you feel a little bit of overwhelmed, you know, emotionally you're unstable, yeah, and by so you're not able to perform. By the way, when you talk about stress, whatever we are learning here, yeah, or these life skills, these are skills that are meant to assist you either at work or when you are at home. Okay, so this is what you need to do or what you need to learn. Well, you know, these are skills that will help you either whether you are at home or you are at work. So basically, stress refers to a response, yeah, to a stressor. Now, when we talk about a stressor, what do you think a stressor is? What's a stressor, Paula?
I think they're the negative things.
They're the?
Negative, they're negative. Nile kitu negative.
Oh, nile kitu negative. Okay. Funny, it's only negative things that stress people.
Of course, yes.
Sasa
So unataka kusema nini hiyo? Mimi nikwambia I love you, unataka kuniambia unashikwa na stress.
You know, even good news can also stress you.
Aje sasa.
Hija, you get overwhelmed. Yeah, and maybe you don't know how to handle. You don't know how to handle the good news, so you become overwhelmed.
You need anxiety. That's an anxiety.
And you see, anxiety is what leads to stress. Huh? Anxiety is still what would lead to stress. Because when you're very anxious, you don't sleep very well. And when you don't sleep very well, you start having headaches. When you start having these headaches, you start getting stressed, wondering, oh, why am I getting headaches? You know? So either way, it's not just about bad things that are able to stress you. Even good things or even good news can still hurt you. So basically, stress is just one way, yeah? It is something that affects you, or this is somebody or how a person responds to a stressor. Stressor is something that triggers. Okay? What triggers?
Agree na wewe sasa.
Agree na mimi?
I've not agreed.
You've agreed. Okay. Whatever you've agreed on, it's okay. But it is just one way of how somebody behave when they are going through a certain response. Yeah, and this response perhaps could have been caused by a stressor, and now these stressors could be either environmental conditions, yeah, or stimulus. So stress is basically a way of trying to react to something that is disturbing you, either physically, mentally, yeah, or in any other way. So how your body reacts to some of these threats is what you're calling the stressor. Okay. Now, why do you think it is important for us to be able to understand stress management? Yeah. Why do you think stress management is important? Paula, why is stress management important?
It's important because you will be able to deal with it before you get into depression.
Who says that stress leads to depression?
No, I'm saying, I'm asking why is it important to deal with stress?
Yeah.
So I am saying it is important to deal with stress because it can lead to diseases, e.g. depression.
Or e.g. okay, yeah, e.g. depression, yeah. That's very normal. Okay. That's very normal. And okay. Anyway, so it is important because you'll be able to understand how to cope, yeah, when you're going through that. It will not be something very unusual, yeah. You won't think of it as if it is something very big, and therefore when you get to understand how or causes of stress, you'll be able to manage yourself effectively. You'll be able to know what is it that you need to do to avoid going or getting to those stressful moments. So what you're trying to say is that when we go through this particular session, yeah, it is just trying to get programs that are meant to help us to effectively deal with stress in our lives and how to take positive action. Even despite the fact that we all go through stress, we'll also need to look at it in a positive manner. There's nothing wrong with being stressed. The only problem is when we are not able to handle it effectively. So why it is important, I've explained, is that we are able to understand, or we come up with programs and techniques that will assist us to be able to cope with all this stressful situation. Then also we've got, you know, I think all of us, I don't know whether it's obvious, but do we know why we get stressed? Why do you get stressed, Angeline? Or do you get stressed to start with?
Okay. Yes, I get stressed. Not getting stressed. Okay, I get stressed because maybe something has not made me happier.
E.g.
So, e.g., maybe someone has given me a bad news.
E.g. Mbona usemi get right to the point, tunataka kujua.
Bad news ni mingi jamani, Paula.
Paula
Okay.
is insisting on
Bad
the
news, e.g., like bad news. Bad news ni mingi. So maybe someone has given me that bad news that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
So that one may trigger stress in me.
Okay.
Yes.
So you think one of the causes of stress...
Paula tupe reason yake.
Oh, Paula pia tupatie reason. Okay. Paula, tell us what causes you to have stress.
Sijaandika notes za Julia. I usually get stressed.
Ati saa zile hujafanya nini?
Sijaandika notes za Julia.
When you have not written notes, you get stressed.
Julia, did you hear that?
I heard that and I was wondering, is she referring to me or somebody else?
No, you.
As in when she has not written my notes.
You.
So when she has not written my notes,
yes.
She feels so maybe that example, we can give an example of like you're working somewhere in an organization and you've not been able to complete the tasks that you have been assigned. Yeah. So the next thing you see that person, you think they are going to ask you about the notes. And maybe they're not even going to ask you. Yeah. So Brian, how are you? Brian Gashi. Okay, Mary Dingori, can you hear me? All these people have muted their mic, so you know now it's like... Okay, Brian.
We are mute lakini ako kwa screen.
Okay, yes. Brian. Maybe Paula, you can tell them to unmute their mics. I think we all... Okay, Mary has unmuted. Mary, you can hear us.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Mary, what causes... Okay, Sarah, what causes stress? What are some of the causes of stress do you think of?
Maybe lack of job.
Lack of job, yeah. And you know, when you have no job, there's also lack of money. Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see, jobs go hand in hand with money. You know, you don't have a job, you've got responsibilities that you have to keep. Yeah. Also, you could be having a job, but still, maybe you could be having a job, but you still don't have money, you know, this money that you get to see, or this money that you get to have, yeah, you're not able to use it effectively. So that affects you, yeah, that affects you. And by so doing, you know, it affects you and it gets you to a level where you end up having stress. So we've got different causes of stress. We've got what we call the common external. External means what? These are stress that are coming from the outside. Yeah. One of the main cause maybe is sometimes a major life change. Yeah, maybe you've changed jobs, maybe you've been taken to a different environment where you're not worked before, and now you have a certain, you know, there are certain targets, there are certain expectations that you have to meet, and therefore you become difficult for you to cope. Yeah, the other cause also could be work. You know, you're too much busy at work. You've got no time for yourself. Then also children and family. Yeah, these are external causes. You know, sometimes when you have issues, perhaps maybe to do with your children or your family, you're not able to concentrate enough for you to be able to perform your duties effectively. Then, of course, you've got the internal causes. Now, these internal causes revolve around you as a person. Yeah, maybe you set your goals which were too high and you're not able to achieve some of these goals. Yeah, so what happens is you start blaming yourself, you start feeling negative about yourself. Yeah, you start seeing things as if they're not, or you start seeing things in a manner, you know, you're not very certain. Yeah, you stop working and you now start concentrating on the negatives. Therefore, what are some of the symptoms? I mean, how do you know that you're stressed? What is it that happens to you that you can say, okay, you know what, I think I am stressed? How do you behave? Mary Dingori, how do you behave when you're stressed? Okay, Brian, how do you behave, or what happens that you're able to, you're able to feel like you're stressed? There's a feeling, but which other way do you behave? What are some of the signs and the symptoms of stress? Mary, you can't hear us.
Nimemwandikia lakini
Aski basi. Okay, sawa. So, Paula, how do you tell that you're stressed? How does your body behave?
I usually have bad headache.
Bad headaches? Okay.
Then nitakuwa slow.
Sorry?
I'll become slow.
Oh, you become
slow as in like kitu tu moja inaweza fanya my whole week ikuwe mbaya.
Okay. Angeline, how do you know how does your body behave when you're stressed apart from headache?
When I'm stressed, like I normally have, the moment I'm stressed, I know the cramps zinakuja tu like immediately.
Paula, why are you laughing?
Unacheka nini, Paula?
I'm done with you for real.
And again, I eat a lot.
Oh, you eat a lot?
Mi sioni kama kuna difference yako ya kukula.
Yes.
Kama uko na stress na kama
Okay, this Paula girl.
Mary, can you hear us? Mary Tingori, can you hear us? Mary Beneka, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, how does your body behave? I mean, what happens when you're stressed? How does your body behave?
Actually, I don't eat,
You don't eat?
and I will isolate myself.
And you?
I will isolate myself.
Or you isolate yourself, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, sawa sawa. Anyway,
Yes.
okay, I get it. So I think,
Yako ni gani, Julia?
yeah,
Tell us yours.
Isi yangu ni- Yes.
Paula, I'm the teacher
Yeah.
here, so you should listen, okay?
Yeah, but then we also want to know you, so you should also tell us yours.
No, I think
Mi naweza sema unakunywanga maji mingi asubuhi.
And you take too much coffee.
And too much coffee.
huh? No,
Maria.
and Maria,
Maria.
nowadays there's no Maria to watch, so you just have to. I think for me, I tend to sleep
Yeah.
a lot. Okay, and of course, there's the aspect of being moody.
Mhm.
Wacha ninyamaze. Point taken. Angie.
Hapo kwa moody, point taken.
Taken.
You, anyway, there are several symptoms. There's what we call the cognitive symptoms. Yeah, these are symptoms that will affect basically your mental status. You have problems with your memory. You can't remember instances and incidences. You also have got poor judgments, and you're always seeing the negative. Yeah, so the emotional symptoms are being moody, you are short-tempered, you feel very overwhelmed. Yeah, you also tend to isolate yourself like Mary. Yeah, also you've got the physical symptoms where Paula has a headache. This other Angie has cramps. You start having nausea. Somebody else like Paula will start eating a lot or more, sleeping too much for me, and isolating yourself. These are some of the physical, emotional, and behavioral ways that you're able to tell that you are stressed. So what therefore needs to be done so that you are able to manage your stress effectively? You need to have a very strong support network. Yeah, a strong support, maybe from your friends, maybe from your family, or even maybe from your colleagues. Then also you need to have a sense of control, yeah, where you are confident in yourself and you feel like you're able to influence events, yeah, regardless of the challenges that you are facing. Then of course you need to have a positive attitude towards the issues that, even if it's this problem, you are